Letting go of who I was before. And I don't mean becoming, Lady Gaga and leaving that behind. That's not what I mean by that. What I mean is, my life is different now.
Hey guys, today we're diving into something that's got the music industry buzzing, Lady Gaga's latest rebrand. And trust me, this isn't just another artist changing their look. There's way more happening beneath the surface than anyone's talking about. Fresh sources from inside Gaga's camp reveal that this new direction isn't just about music. It's about reclaiming something she lost years ago. While everyone's focused on her new album, Mayhem, industry insiders say there's a calculated strategy behind every move she's making. The leaked marketing documents expose a plan that's more genius than anyone realized. Think about it. Why would one of pop's most innovative artists suddenly go backwards? The answer involves power plays, industry politics, and a master plan that's been in development for years. From her recent singles Disease and Abracadabra to her strategic public appearances, every detail has been meticulously planned. But here's what's really fascinating. While everyone thinks Gaga's just trying to recreate her early success, she's actually orchestrating something much bigger. The way she's positioning this comeback, it's about to change everything we thought we knew about artist evolution. Breaking down the timeline of Gaga's career reveals something nobody's talking about. After Art Pop dropped in 2013, the industry tried to paint her as a flop, but what they didn't realize was that she was already planning her next decade of moves. Sources close to her creative team say every career pivot since then, from jazz with Tony Bennett to A-Star, is born. Wasn't just about versatility. It was about building credibility with different audiences while quietly assembling the pieces for this moment. Think about her trajectory. Jazz albums, Super Bowl performance, Oscar-winning acting career, each move deliberately designed to prove she's more than just the meat dress girl. But here's where it gets interesting. While everyone thought she was distancing herself from pop music, she was actually studying how to dominate it again. The really fascinating part? Those Joker sequel scenes she filmed weren't just about expanding her acting career. They were strategically timed to coincide with this musical rebrand. Every move, every decision, every career choice has been leading to this moment. The sonic evolution of Mayhem tells a story that's blowing industry minds. While everyone's quick to call it a return to her fame monster era, insiders say it's actually something much more calculated. This isn't just nostalgia, it's psychological warfare with the music industry. Multiple producers who've worked on the album reveal that Gaga's been meticulously studying how pop music has evolved since her early days.
I would say I definitely started to feel seen in my career when I started to see some fans at the club shows that I was doing. I just felt like, sometimes I would do interviews and it would just not go well. I mean, I actually feel much more accepted as a person in my career now than I used to. But my fans were always like right there with me.
She's not just recreating her old sound. She's weaponizing it against an industry that tried to box her in. Take Disease, for example. On the surface, it sounds like classic Gaga, but dig deeper and you'll find layers of production that show she's not just revisiting her past, she's reinventing it. The way she's combining her early pop sensibilities with everything she's learned since, it's giving masterclass in artistic evolution. But what's really fascinating is how she's using her boyfriend Michael's tech industry connections to revolutionize how this music reaches audiences. The distribution strategy they're planning. It's about to shake the entire industry. The visual aesthetic of this era reveals something nobody's picked up on yet. While everyone's focused on the dark, theatrical elements reminiscent of her early days, they're missing how she's subtly commenting on the current state of pop music. Industry insiders say the Abracadabra video isn't just a return to form. It's a calculated critique of how sanitized and safe pop music has become. Every reference, every costume, every dance move is deliberately designed to remind the industry what they've been missing. Sources from her creative team reveal that each visual element has been carefully chosen to trigger specific memories from her peak era, while simultaneously pushing boundaries in ways that make current pop stars look tame in comparison. But here's what's really wild. While everyone thinks she's just serving nostalgia, Gaga's actually creating a blueprint for how established artists can reclaim their narrative. The way she's mixing religious imagery with pop culture references. It's not just art. It's warfare against an industry that tried to make her go mainstream. The marketing strategy behind Mayhem exposes brilliant understanding of how the industry has changed. While other artists are chasing TikTok trends, Gaga's team has been studying how nostalgia can be weaponized in the streaming era. Fresh documents reveal they've been tracking how her early hits perform across different platforms, identifying exactly what elements resonated most with audiences. But instead of just copying that formula, they're reinventing it for a generation that's craving authenticity. Think about the timing of this rebrand. Right when the industry is oversaturated with manufactured pop, here comes Gaga reminding everyone what raw, unfiltered artistry looks like. The way she's using her past to critique the present? Pure genius. But what's really fascinating is how she's leveraging her boyfriend Michael's Silicon Valley connections to create new ways of experiencing music. Those mysterious tech meetings everyone thought were about personal investments. They're about revolutionizing how artists connect with their audience. The industry's reaction to this rebrand tells us everything we need to know about its effectiveness. Major labels are scrambling to understand how Gaga managed to make nostalgia feel revolutionary. It's not just about recreating a sound, it's about reclaiming power.
You know, it was one of the proudest moments I've ever had as a musician and a performer. I'd say every performer has something that is meaningful to them about why they do what they do. For me, I love to make the public smile. And I had 2 minutes and 30 seconds to talk to the whole world. And I thought it might be a good opportunity to sing to everybody. You know, not just to President Biden's fans and to the people that voted for him, but to the whole world, because the world has been on fire. And everybody deserves love.
Sources from multiple record companies confirm they're already seeing other artists trying to pivot back to their classic eras. But here's the thing. Nobody else has spent a decade methodically building the credibility needed to make this work. Think about it. While other pop stars were chasing trends, Gaga was collecting Oscars, singing jazz with legends, and proving she could excel in any genre. Now she's using all that credibility to remind everyone who really wrote the blueprint for modern pop. The really fascinating part, those seemingly random career moves over the past decade, the jazz albums, the acting roles, even the Chromatica era, were all deliberately designed to make this moment possible. Each step was calculated to prove she could leave pop music behind, making her return to it feel like a choice rather than a necessity. The financial strategy behind this rebrand is where things get really interesting. While everyone's focused on the artistic elements, they're missing how Gaga's positioned herself to maintain complete control over her work this time around. Industry experts reveal she's been quietly buying back rights to her earlier music, using profits from her various ventures to secure ownership of her catalog. But here's where it gets brilliant. She's not just protecting her old work, she's creating new industry standards for artist ownership. The business model she's created will revolutionize how artists control their music. Sources close to her team say this isn't just about making music. It's about creating a blueprint for artistic independence that other performers can follow. Every contract, every deal, every business decision has been structured to maximize creative control. The really wild part? While other artists are signing away their rights for quick paydays, Gaga's been building a model that could change how the entire industry operates. Those tech investments everyone thought were just smart business moves. They're part of a larger plan to revolutionize music distribution. The social media rollout for Mayhem exposes a deep understanding of how fan engagement has evolved. While other artists are desperately chasing viral moments, Gaga's team has crafted something much more sophisticated. Inside sources reveal they've been studying how her early career moments continue to resonate online. Those iconic performances, controversial outfits, and memorable interviews. They're not just memories, they're blueprints for how to create lasting impact in a disposable digital age. But here's what's really fascinating. While everyone thinks she's just being nostalgic, Gaga's actually creating new iconic moments designed specifically for how modern fans consume content. Every TikTok trend, every Instagram post, every public appearance is engineered to work on multiple levels. The genius part? She's not just serving content to her original fans. She's creating moments that resonate with Gen Z while simultaneously reminding millennials why they fell in love with her in the first place. The way she's bridging these generational gaps.
Yeah, it's super risky, but I wanted to jump in and jump out of the performance because I thought it was compositionally interesting. So I was so super excited to catch this football, but 4 out of 5 times that we practiced it, I didn't get it, and everybody on my team wanted to throw the football to me at the Super Bowl.
They did?
And I was like, guys, we need a quarterback. Like,
Is that right?
Oh yeah, they're like, I can do it, it's no problem. I used to, like with my boyfriend in high school, I was like, no.
It's revolutionizing how artists approach audience building. The live performance strategy for this era shows just how far ahead Gaga's thinking. Sources from her production team reveal she's been secretly developing show concepts that combine elements from all her eras but with a technological twist nobody's expecting. Industry insiders say she's not just planning concerts. She's creating immersive experiences that blur the lines between physical and digital performance. Those mysterious meetings with tech companies. They're about revolutionizing how live shows work in the post-pandemic era. The stage design plans that just leaked will make every other concert look outdated. Think about it. While other artists are just returning to standard, touring, Gaga's developing ways to make every show accessible to fans globally through cutting-edge technology. But she's doing it in a way that maintains the theatrical elements her early shows were famous for. The really brilliant part, she's found a way to make virtual attendance feel as impactful as being there in person. The technology they're developing isn't just for her shows. It's going to change how all artists approach live performance. The collaborative aspects of Mayhem reveal something nobody's talking about. While everyone's focused on her return to pop, they're missing how she's strategically bringing together producers from every era of her career to create something entirely new. Sources from the recording sessions say she's not just making music. She's creating a sonic timeline of pop evolution. She's got Red Dunn bringing that Just Dance energy, while simultaneously working with modern producers who grew up studying her early work. The studio collaboration footage will make you completely rethink how music should be created. But here's what's really fascinating. She's not just combining sounds, she's merging entire eras of pop production. Those seemingly simple dance tracks, they're actually incredibly complex compositions that layer a decade of musical evolution into single songs. The genius part. While other artists try to chase current trends, Gaga's creating a new sound that makes everything else feel derivative. She's not following the pop playbook. She's rewriting it completely, forcing the industry to catch up to her once again. The political undertones of this rebrand expose a deeper strategy at play. While everyone's focused on the surface-level nostalgia, they're missing how Gaga's using her platform to address current social issues through the lens of her early provocative style.
Yeah, he's here now with me, but yes.
Is he like Minnesota nice in that way that we know people from Minnesota to be?
Oh yeah, he totally is, and I actually had a wonderful time getting to know all about his life. We were going to visit his dad, and we were 4 hours away from Minnesota, and I said we should just go and you can show me around, and we rented a car and we took a road trip and we stopped at Culver's.
Industry analysts say this isn't just about making catchy pop songs. It's about reclaiming the kind of artistic freedom that existed before social media made everyone play it safe. In an era where artists are afraid to take risks, Gaga's showing them how to be bold again. Sources close to the project reveal that each track on Mayhem contains subtle commentary on everything from AI technology to reproductive rights. But she's packaging it in a way that makes it impossible for critics to dismiss as just another celebrity political statement. The brilliant part? While other artists are either avoiding controversy completely or being obviously political, Gaga's found a way to make social commentary feel as natural as a pop hook. She's not just making statements. She's making them impossible to ignore by wrapping them in irresistible melodies. The fashion evolution of this era shows just how deeply Gaga understands the power of visual storytelling. While everyone's expecting another meat dress moment, she's actually crafting something much more subversive. Insiders from her styling team reveal each look is designed to reference a specific moment in pop culture history, while simultaneously commenting on current fashion trends. But here's where it gets brilliant. She's not just wearing clothes, she's creating conversations. Think about those recent red carpet appearances, while other artists are just trying to land on best-dressed lists. Gaga's using every outfit to tell a story about the evolution of fame itself. The way she's mixing high fashion with streetwear, it's a deliberate commentary on how pop culture has changed. But what's really fascinating is how she's using these looks to bridge different eras of her career. Each outfit contains subtle references to her past while pointing towards something entirely new. She's not just serving looks, she's creating a visual timeline of her artistic evolution. The strategic genius here? While the fashion world is busy trying to create viral moments, Gaga's creating lasting images that will be referenced for years to come, just like her iconic looks from the past. The fan engagement strategy behind Mayhem reveals a deep understanding of how stan culture has evolved. While other artists are just trying to trend on social media, Gaga's team has developed something revolutionary in how they're connecting with different generations of fans. Sources from her digital team say they've been studying how her original Little Monsters interact with newer fans who discovered her through A-Stars, Born, or TikTok. But instead of choosing one demographic, they've found a way to unite these different audiences. The fan community data they've collected will transform how artists connect with their audience. What's really brilliant is how they're using nostalgia as a bridge between fan generations. Those seemingly random throwback posts, they're actually carefully timed to create conversations between longtime fans and newcomers, building a stronger, more unified fan base.
You know, letting go of who I was before, and I don't mean becoming, Lady Gaga and leaving that behind. That's not what I mean by that. What I mean is, my life is different now. I can't walk down the street in the same way and be me. When I meet people, they are not always interested in speaking to me about real human things like we are right now.
The genius part, while other artists struggle to maintain relevance with younger audiences without alienating their original fans, Gaga's found a way to make her evolution feel inclusive to everyone. She's not just maintaining her fan base, she's expanding it in ways that strengthen her original community. Each social media post, each interview, each public appearance is designed to create moments that both new and old fans can connect over. It's not just about promoting new music. It's about building a lasting cultural legacy. The final piece of this rebrand puzzle shows just how far ahead Gaga's thinking. This isn't just about one album or era. It's about redefining how legacy artists can maintain relevance while staying true to their artistic vision. Industry experts say what we're seeing now is just phase one of a multi-year strategy. Those mysterious studio sessions that weren't included on Mayhem, they're part of a larger plan that extends well beyond this current release. Sources close to her team reveal she's not just planning albums, she's creating an entire ecosystem of content, experiences, and innovations that will revolutionize how artists interact with their audience. From virtual reality concerts to interactive album experiences, she's developing technology that doesn't even exist yet. But here's what's really fascinating. While everyone thinks this rebrand is about looking backward, Gaga's actually laying groundwork for the future of pop music. She's not just making music for streaming platforms, she's creating new ways to experience art in the digital age. The really brilliant part? Every element of this strategy is designed to work on multiple levels. For casual listeners, it's great pop music. For die-hard fans, it's filled with references and Easter eggs. For industry observers, it's a masterclass in career longevity. As this era continues to unfold, one thing's becoming clear. Gaga isn't just making a comeback. She's rewriting the rules of what a pop star can be in 2024 and beyond. The way she's combining nostalgia with innovation, artistry with technology, and commercial success with creative integrity. It's not just a rebrand, it's a revolution.